Simplicity can transform how your business operates. That's why Mercury powers all your financial workflows from the bank account, so you have the time to operate at your best.
Availabilities down there to see. There's a lot of folks there. It is no goaltending. That call has been reversed. And it'll be Troy's basketball as we just continue playing. So it's still Arkansas State's lead. Troy had the lead briefly until they reversed the call. But there is going to be a foul, on Dominguez. So there will be free throws for Theo Sang.
I'll be honest with you, live, I didn't see any indication of a goaltend. Didn't even realize it had been called.
Sang's two best scoring games of the year. One of them came against Arkansas State. He had 18. Remember, he was less than 100%, just coming off illness up in Jonesboro. Free throw, yes. Theo is a senior, 6'9", 220, hometown Davis, California. Julian returns for Arkansas State. Also Fields and Conaway out for the Trojans. Keel and Jones have returned.
I think they just discovered they only had him with 2 fouls.
Second free throw to tie, yes. Trojans have a lead now, 39-38. 55 seconds to go. Ford, screened by Julian. Off the switch, it's Sang. Now Pinion. Covering him well is Keel. Pinion drives inside, draws the foul, and will head to the free throw line. While he does, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Troy Sports Media Network.
This is Troy head basketball coach Scott Cross, and you're listening to 107.5 FM, 1210 AM, ESPN, The Ticket, WTXK, Pike Road, Montgomery.
With Jerry Miller, Barry McKnight in Pensacola. Pinion hits the first free throw. It's the Sun Belt Conference Men's Basketball Tournament Finals between Troy and Arkansas State here at the Pensacola-based Center. Back in the studio, our broadcast producer is Scott Hageman. 3 out for the Trojans. Valdez, Jones, and Keel. 3 in for Troy. Conaway, Rigsby, and Fields. Pinion gives K-State the lead back at 40-39 with 2 free throws. About 12 seconds difference in the clocks here. Conaway quickly to the bucket against Ford. Gets the layup and will go to the line. Was very patient against Darian Ford. Waited for a moment and got a little baby hook and the foul. Darian Ford with his first foul. Fields and Miles Rigsby out. Back in for Troy are Valdez and Ramdarius Jones. Conaway's and one is short. Rebound to Nelson. Troy up 1, 41-40. About 4 seconds difference in the clocks. Darian Ford at the top going to take his time. They need a good shot.
Conaway's got to be careful here. Don't want to get that third foul in this situation.
Nelson screens. Three-pointer on the way. Ford got it. Darian Ford a 3 off of a big screen. Arkansas State by 2. 10 seconds to go. Here's Conaway off of a screen. Puts up a leaner. No good. Rebound comes back to Tate. He'll put it up. That's off the mark. Tap up. No good. Trying to save it is Pinion, but he can't do it with a fraction of a second left. Greg Young wants to get Jackson Fields in the game. Same thing with Miles Rigsby for a chance at a lob in towards the bucket as a last gasp. Darian Ford hits a three-pointer off a sizable screen by Nelson that knocked Conaway to the ground. Into the game, Rashad Marshall for the first time for Arkansas State. For a little size down low, he'll take over for Terrence Ford Jr. 3/10.
And they'll look at it to see if the time is right, because a couple of tenths of a second can make a big difference here.
Arkansas State leads 43-41. Troy will have it on the baseline left of the lane. They have time to lob it up to the bucket and maybe get a tap to try to tie. But they're checking to see just how much time the Trojans do have. They have been to the review table quite a bit. Boys, Cross and Greg Young and Mike Worley and all those assistants. They have been coaching as hard as they can.
They do put 0.2 of a second up there.
It's a half second. Still a chance at a catch and shoot rather than just a tap.
Yeah,
now.
barely. You got to get it out of your hands quickly, but you could catch and get a shot up.
Chuck Jones faked handing the ball to Marcus Rigsby. Troy ran the play, and now he hands it away. Marcus looking inside. There's a lob at the top to Miles. His shot is blocked at the arc, in the first half has come to a close. Sun Belt Conference Tournament is a close one so far. At halftime, Arkansas State 43 and the Troy Trojans 41. Coming up, it's our Power T halftime show presented by the Jones Medical Supply here from Pensacola. This is the Sun Belt Conference Tournament on the Troy Sports Media Network.
Leadership, dedication, hard work, excellence. Words used to describe a winning team. When it comes to your health and well-being, the winning team at Troy Regional is here to provide the safest and highest quality of care. With winning teams providing emergency treatment, primary care, and special services, we want to make a difference in the lives of the people who entrust their care to us. Continuing the rich tradition of delivering quality health care, Troy Regional Medical Center, right here, close to home.
Looking for a better financial future? Look no further than Guardian Credit Union. With branches across Alabama, Guardian can help you reach your financial goals. Whether you're looking to cover an unexpected expense, for checking accounts that earn more, or in the market for your next home, Guardian is here for you. With Guardian, you can expect reliable financial solutions and unmatched local service. Find a branch near you at myguardiancu.com. Guardian Credit Union, where you belong. Federally insured by NCUA, NMLS number 912757.
Our coverage of Troy Trojans basketball continues after this timeout from our local stations on the Troy Sports Media Network.
I'm Don Duncan with All-American Auto and Tire, your super dealer. We're expanding our Madison Avenue and Millbrook locations, adding even more bays to get you in and out faster. And of course, our Bell Road location is always ready to serve you too. Let us earn your trust for your vehicle maintenance and repairs. And you can count on us at All-American Auto and Tire for the best tire prices in the River region. 3 locations to serve you in Montgomery and Millbrook.
Tire, service, or major repairs. Don Duncan's All-American Auto and Tire.
For 70 years, Max Credit Union has been more than just a financial institution. We've been a part of your community, your milestones, your dreams. At Max, you're not just a customer. You're a member, a neighbor, a friend. So as we celebrate 70 years of trust, service, and financial growth, we want to say thank you. Thank you for choosing Max, and thank you for letting us be a part of your journey. Max Credit Union, 70 years strong and just getting started. Federally insured by NCUA.
We are at the Sun Belt Conference Tournament men's final here at the Pensacola Bay Center in Pensacola, Florida. This is Barry McKnight. Welcome, Trojans, one and all, to the Troy Game Day halftime show presented by Jones Medical Supply, the official oxygen provider for the Troy Trojans and your source for CPAPs, home oxygen, and all your mobility needs. Check out jonesmed.com so you can see why home-owned and operated does make a difference. 43-41, Arkansas State takes a lead. Troy had a 9-point lead at one time, a little foul trouble, and Trojans had to work around that a little bit. Arkansas State got really good work from the bench, particularly DeAndre Dominguez, to help key their comeback, and they take a 2-point lead into the break. This Troy men's basketball team coming off a Sun Belt regular season championship, and on the women's side, their 10th straight top 4 finish in the women's standings. Troy Athletics, off the heels of those accomplishments, has announced a comprehensive fundraising campaign to support both basketball programs. Fans can donate to the Fast Break fundraising campaign at various levels based on the combined 39 wins between the two programs coming into the postseason. Director of Athletics Brent Jones has unveiled a plan where fans can donate at 5 different levels based on a dollar amount per combined win. After the men's team won 20 games for a fourth straight season, and the women's team finished with 19 victories as well. The fundraising campaign, the Fast Break fundraising campaign, benefits Troy men's and women's basketball, which has competed at such a high level for quite a while now. Go to TroyTrojans.com to find out more. Coming up, we'll take a look around the Troy athletics landscape, get you up to date on things that are about to happen. At the break here at the championship game, Arkansas State 43 and Troy 41 on the Troy Sports Media Network.
The city of Troy welcomes you to Troy University Trojan Basketball. Coach Scott Cross and the Troy University Trojans. And go Trojans!
When you're a Trojan, you know what it means to stand strong and work hard. When it comes to banking, you deserve that same commitment. That's where Troy Bank and Trust comes in. From checking accounts to investment accounts to loans, Troy Bank and Trust has been supporting Troy University and its students for generations. Success as you are. For every financial need along life's journey, rely on us. Today, tomorrow, and always, the only bank you'll ever need. Troy Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Our coverage of Troy Trojans basketball continues after this timeout from our local stations on the Troy Sports Media.
Do you have slow or clogged drains, a leaky faucet, or breakers that keep tripping? Call United. They are #1 in the River region for a reason.
Has your system struggled heating and cooling all year? Sign up for our annual maintenance plan. At United, we service and repair all brands 24/7.
Team up with United for all your home needs.
Get a slam dunk when you call United at 262-0247 or visit UnitedHeating.net and like us on Facebook and go Trojans.
Alabama certification number 84560.
Beasley Allen is proud to support the Troy Trojans. Beasley Allen has been helping those who need it most since 1979. This applies to the clients they serve, but also to the community. The firm is involved in a wide variety of service projects that touch the lives of individuals in several locations, including the River region. Visit them online at BeasleyAllen.com or follow them on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of the legal services performed by other lawyers.
The Vance Law Firm are the official lawyers for Troy Athletics. If you've been injured in an accident, dial 333-3333 and put your trust in the official injury lawyers of Troy Athletics, the Vance Law Firm. Halftime, Sun Belt Championship, Arkansas State 43 and the Troy Trojans 41. Coming up tomorrow, again, baseball at Jacksonville State. The Troy baseball team, ranked number 21 in the latest poll, will put an 11-3 record up against Jacksonville State. Tomorrow night at 6, I'll have the radio broadcast here on the Troy Sports Media Network. Baseball this weekend will open up a 3-game Sun Belt Conference series in Lafayette, Louisiana, against the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns. Friday, first pitch is at 6 o'clock. Saturday's game will get underway at 2, and the Sunday game against the Cajuns, that will be a 1 o'clock start time. I'll have all of them right here on the Troy Sports Media Network. When we come back, Jerry Miller will take a look at first half stats. We're at halftime in Pensacola. In the title game, Arkansas State 43 and Troy 41. This is the Troy Sports Media Network.
We all dream, but dreams quickly become distant memories unless we do something about it. Do everything in our power to learn, to lead, to make it real. At Troy University, we teach everyone to be leaders in their field. We're dedicated to teaching a new generation to lead change. Do you have what it takes to change the world? Visit troy.edu.
At Wiregrass Wound and Amputation Prevention Center, we're on a mission to save lives by preventing amputations. According to a recent American Diabetic Association study, 53% of amputees don't live past a year. Our approach to wound care is dynamic and highly effective. With innovations in our vascular treatment, infusion center, and DNA cultures, we go above and beyond to help you save your limbs, even if others have told you it's not possible. Wiregrass Wound and Amputation Prevention Center is here for you when no option is not an option. We're here to get you back in the game of life.
Our coverage of Troy Trojans basketball continues after this timeout from our local stations on the Troy Sports Media Network.
Life South Community Blood Centers is facing a critical shortage of type O negative blood, along with A negative and B negative. And because O negative is the blood type anyone can use in an emergency, it makes that shortage even more serious. So if you have a negative blood type, please donate blood today. Your community is counting on you. Call toll-free 888-795-2707 for information.
Here in the South, our favorite season is the fifth and most important one, football season. Whether you find yourself basking in the glow of the Friday night lights or tailgating with hundreds of thousands of your closest friends on college Saturdays, let Big Enterprises get you there in style. With over 100 top quality pre-owned vehicles, you're sure to find the perfect game day ride. Come see us in Prattville or shop online 24/7 at PIGGENT.com. We can even deliver it right to your driveway. Win big with Pig, the #1 pre-owned dealer in the state of Alabama. Score your next vehicle at Pig Enterprises and get a squeal of a deal.
Looking for the best seats at great prices? Tickets for Less gets you access to the best Troy basketball tickets available. In addition to thousands of other events, get yours at ticketsforless.com. Midway through regulation at the Sun Belt Championship game, Arkansas State leads the Trojans by 2, 43-41, and Jerry Miller takes a look at stats.
Thank you, Barry. Good ball game, just like we thought it would be. Troy down 2 at the break. Troy got up 37 shots in the first half, hit 13 of them. That's 35%. Arkansas State, 27 shots. Troy put up 10 more shots than did the Red Wolves. They hit 12 of 27, 44%. From there, Troy 4 of 14 from three-point range, 29%. The Red Wolves 5 of 13, 38%. 34 free throws taken in the first half. Troy was 11 of 16. The Red Wolves hit 14 of 18. Troy protected the basketball well. Only 3 turnovers in the first half. That trend needs to continue. 7 turnovers for Arkansas State. Troy gets 9 off their 7. They get 4 points off of our 3. Troy wins the rebound battle by 1 in the first half, 22-21 advantage. Troy had 9 offensive rebounds, 5 second chance points. The Red Wolves had 4 offensive rebounds and only 2 second chance points. Bench scoring was close, 15 for Troy, 16 thanks to Dominguez for the Red Wolves off the bench. Troy 18 in the paint, 12 for Arkansas State. They outscored us on fast break points, 14-8. 5 blocks for the Red Wolves, 1 for Troy. Troy had 5 steals. Arkansas State had 3. Troy had 7 assists on their 13 made buckets. Arkansas State had 4 assists on their 12 made buckets. Leading scorers in the break. Nobody with double digits going into the locker room. Arkansas State led by Terrence Ford and DeAndre Dominguez off the bench. Each one of them has 9. Troy is led by Marcus Rigsby, who had 8. Off the bench, Theo Sang was good. He has 7. Jackson Fields had 6. Those are the leading scorers. We got to pay attention to the fouls, Barry. In this one, Arkansas State has the only player with 3 fouls. That's Taryn Todd. But they also have a couple of players, starters with 2, as Kobe Julian and Joseph Pinion. Off the bench, DeAndre Dominguez has 2. Troy has 4 players with 2 fouls, all of them starters. Connerway, Miles Rigsby, Thomas Dowd, and Jackson Fields all have 2 fouls, so that could become a factor in the second half. Good, close, hotly contested ball game, just like we thought it would be.
43-41, Arkansas State with 20 minutes left in regulation on the Troy Sports Media Network.
Hey, Trojan fans, this is Miles Rigsby, 2024 Sun Belt Conference Freshman of the Year and member of your Troy Trojans men's basketball team. Make sure you and your family are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccines. Don't wait. Get vaccinated today to help stop the spread and keep our community safe. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
Hey there, Bob Baumhauer again. Baumhauer's Victory Grill is extremely proud to have recently received numerous awards, including being voted best wings in the state of Alabama. Other awards received include Best All-Around Restaurant, Best American Restaurant, #1 Sports Bar, Best Chef, Best Wings, and Best Dining Experience. Thank you for 43 legendary years, and we look forward to providing you an award-winning dining experience at every visit. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
Our coverage of Troy Trojans basketball continues after this timeout from our local stations on the Troy Sports Media Network.
If you're in need of demolition or concrete cutting, call JB Waste Connection. Over 23 years, your trusted local source for all demolition and concrete cutting needs. When you call them, a real person will answer the phone, not a recording. Call 334-301-4414 and check their availability as well as schedule your services. JB Waste Connection takes pride in their top-notch customer service. Learn more about their services at jettisonenvironmental.com. JB Waste Connection, your local solution for quality and convenience.
I'm Don Duncan with All American Auto and Tire, your super dealer. We've expanded our Madison Avenue and Millbrook locations, adding even more bays to get you in and out faster. And of course, our Bell Road location is always ready to serve you too. Let us earn your trust for your vehicle maintenance and repairs. And you can count on us at All American Auto and Tire for the best tire prices in the River region. 3 locations to serve you in Montgomery and Millbrook.
Tire, service, or major repairs. Don Duncan's All American Auto and Tire.
Outdoor Alabama reminds you that time spent outdoors is the best time. Plan your next adventure at OutdoorAlabama.com. Go hunt, go fish, get outdoors. Trojans down 2 at halftime here in the Sun Belt Championship. Arkansas State 43, Troy 41. Jerry Miller is alongside. I'm Barry McKnight. Jerry, what would you like to see in the second half besides a Trojan victory? How do they get there?
Well, I think somebody needs to get hot with some consistent scoring. You've got to make sure, too, you don't give them those easy chances. We gave them a couple of opportunities down the lane. Got to choke that off and see if we can just play good, consistent basketball. Troy didn't turn it over much in the first half. That trend needs to continue. But here you go. You got a half to go for your whole season.
Out of the timeout, out of the halftime locker room. Troy with all of their starters out there. Quick check. Same thing with Arkansas State, who's on defense here. Marcus Rigsby attacks into forecourt, live action to the left side in offensive court. Now it's Ford defending Tatum Conaway. He's done a pretty good job in the first half. Conaway to the lane, lost it down low. Saving it is Julian. It was last touched by Conaway as it goes out of bounds. Taron Todd was the one battling. Conaway falls into the end line and a turnover for the Trojans. Conaway tried to play it off of Todd, but it came off of Todd's chest and into Tatum, who was prone out of bounds. On the outside, Todd. Baseline left, quick catch triple for Pinion. He missed it, but he had his heel on the sideline anyway. He caught the pass on the sideline. A turnover quickly for Arkansas State. They'd love to get Pinion started.
Yeah, it's scary to look down at. It's refreshing and scary at the same time to look at his count and see no threes in the first half.
43-41, Troy down. Marcus Rigsby encountered by Taron Todd defensively across. Dowd looks for Miles Rigsby on the left wing. Now near the short corner to the top, Jackson Fields, guarded by Nelson, well out on the floor with 12. Jackson backs it away, cross courts it to Miles with 9. Miles gets a screen from Jackson, attacks Nelson, lost it down low with 5, with 4. Layup against the big guy, and he worked hard to get that one to go. Tied up at 43.
It's a good job by Nelson to choke it off to start with, but good patience by Miles Rigsby to find an opening where he ducked underneath and got the bucket.
Tide feeds to Julian, who mishandled for a moment, got it back, didn't get a chance at a shot. Now Pinion in the lane, lost it, got away with a travel. Nope, they're going to call a foul.
We call a jump ball.
A jump ball.
It was just simply a terrible, I thought, but
it was nobody controlled it, much less two. Pinion just simply lost the dribble. It came into Jackson Fields, and as soon as it touched Jackson's jersey, they called a jump ball. 14 to shoot. They inbound it to Todd. against Miles on the right foul line extended, looking for an outlet. He's in trouble. Bounces it now to Julian against Dowd. No, on the banker. Taken away by Fields. Excellent outlet pass to Conaway. Now at the top, Miles Rigsby. Triple at the head of the key. Count it for Miles. Trojans back in front. Miles with a couple of buckets early in the second half. And a foul away from the bucket will go against Troy. That will be against Marcus Rigsby Jr.
Well, thought it was going to be Conaway, but it goes against Marcus, and now all the starters have two.
Trojans, Miles Rigsby has scored all 5 points in the second half. Troy up 46-43. Inbounds from the baseline comes long to Isaiah Nelson near the Sunbelt logo at midcourt. Shovels it away to Terrence Ford against Rigsby. Cross courts it to Julian. Triple on the way. It's no good. Rebound tips high off of Nelson and out of bounds into the sidelines. Conaway with a smile to one of the fans sitting over there who helped him retrieve it. Might be nervous in a situation like this. Not Tatum. Troy up 3. 2 minutes gone by in the championship game. Bounce pass left wing. Gowd looks against Pinion. Again, they get it to Miles Rigsby against Julian. Outside the arc left. 11 to shoot. Miles Rigsby gives it to Marcus. 3 on the way, no good. And Nelson will push Jackson Fields in the back on the rebound. For Isaiah Nelson, that is his second personal foul. And the first team foul of the second half. Mike Worley, Troy assistant coach, was telling me he's known KB Burdett, one of the referees, for a long, long time. Back to their days in some of the old semi-pro leagues. Talking with him here and telling him to look out for something. 20 to shoot. Inbounds it comes to Fields on the arc. Rigsby will get it to the other Rigsby. Marcus backdoor. That's Jackson with an alley-oop lay-in. Beautiful feed. Fields has his first bucket, has 8. Troy by 5. Arkansas State hasn't scored yet. Outside Todd. Quickly on him is Conaway. Right of the lane on the arc. Backs it away. Left-handed Canadian will take it into the lane. Put it up against Fields, who walled it up beautifully. It comes off of the baseline. Last touched by Fields.
Well, just great defense on the inside by Jackson Fields. Went straight up, vertical, got the ball. It's out of bounds off of him. They will maintain possession with 14 on the shot clock.
Taryn Todd struggling, their leading scorer this year. He'll go to the bench. DeAndre Dominguez, who was a difference maker in the first half, is in early in the second.
He's hurting, too. He might have taken some contact there.
Inbounds. Julian finally finds Darian Ford into the game. To the top, Dominguez, a left-handed triple. Got it. Oh, he's got 12 points off the bench. Averages 4 a game.
Didn't see this coming. If he just gets his normal production, Troy's up big in this one. Give him credit. That's his second 3.
Dominguez will guard down on the outside. Dicey pass to Rigsby. Has to save it in. He'll get pushed. There's a whistle. It's against Julian, and that would be his 3rd. It was a dicey pass from Dowd, who lobbed it to the sidelines in forecourt. Miles made a terrific catch, and Julian shoved him just a touch. 20 to shoot for the Trojans, leading by 2. Popping out at the top for the inbounds is Fields. Handoff goes to Marcus Rigsby. Challenging Nelson, puts the shot up strong. Rebound battle taken off the floor by Dominguez for Arkansas State. Their club down 2. But they've got the basketball working left to right. Terrence Ford Jr. off the switch. Dowd will guard him. He'll give it up to the top of Ford. Back to Terrence Ford. No relation. Now Darian Ford. Jab steps into the lane against Marcus Rigsby. 15 on the shot clock. He'll retreat with a right-hand dribble. They're running it to the baseline to Julian. Working against Jackson Fields. Nice drop step. And Julian gets the layup to even it up at 48. Whew. Troy walks it up. Scott Cross gesticulating to Marcus Rigsby to take it to the bucket. He does, obliges. Layup is blocked away. An offensive foul will be called against Miles Rigsby for getting the arm out, or for Marcus Rigsby. And for Marcus, that is his 3rd foul. Goodness. They've got Miles with 2. Cooper Campbell has to come in for Troy, the freshman, in a 48-48 game. Exactly 4 minutes has elapsed here in the second half of the title game. Isaiah Nelson at the head of the key. Inside hard with the miss. Rebound comes long. Fighting for it is Arkansas State. This is Ford turning down a three. Skipping across and stolen away by Dowd. Dowd into forecourt will hold it up and give it away to Miles Rigsby into the paint. Back to Conaway, and Conaway will set up in the half court in an even up ball game.
Good transition defense there by the Red Wolves. Thought Troy was going to get a run out on that.
Skip past Conaway. Extra pass goes to Miles Rigsby into the lane against Julian, and it climbed the rim on a reverse. Miles has scored 7 in the second half, and we'll take a timeout. 15:23 left in regulation. Trojans 50, Red Wolves 48 with timeout in Pensacola on the Troy Sports Media Network.
At Wiregrass Wound and Amputation Prevention Center, we're on a mission to save lives by preventing amputations. According to a recent American Diabetic Association study, 53% of amputees don't live past a year. Our approach to wound care is dynamic and highly effective. With innovations in our vascular treatment, infusion center, and DNA cultures, we go above and beyond to help you save your limbs, even if others have told you it's not possible. Wiregrass Wound and Amputation Prevention Center is here for you when no option is not an option. We're here to get you back in the game of life.
We all dream, but dreams quickly become distant memories unless we do something about it. Do everything in our power to learn, to lead, to make it real. At Troy University, we teach everyone to be leaders in their field. We're dedicated to teaching a new generation to lead change. Do you have what it takes to change the world? Visit troy.edu.
The Vance Law Firm are the official lawyers for Troy Athletics. If you've been injured in an accident, dial 333-3333 and put your trust in the official injury lawyers of Troy Athletics, the Vance Law Firm. Barry McKnight, Jerry Miller on the radio here in Pensacola. Broadcast producer Scott Hageman. Troy 50, Arkansas State 48, 15:23 to go. This is a spotlight game. This time of year I really love, Jerry. The Horizon League tournament's going on right now. Southland going on. Coming up Wednesday, the SEC gets started in Nashville. Tons of tournament play. And a real spotlight, ESPN2 is carrying coverage of this championship game all over the country. And the fans who are watching this game, and certainly the fans who are listening to this game, boy, they've got to be impressed with what they've seen so far in terms of competitiveness, right?
Well, it's a championship game, and it's being played like a championship game. Back and forth, these two teams are going at each other. This one's going to be the thinnest of margins at the end. I think Troy's response early here in the second half has been good. Two quick fouls on Marcus Rigsby, gets him out of the game, but his brother Miles has started to find the scoring column. He's got 7 in the half.
2 minutes score in double figures. Miles has 11. Dominguez off the bench has 12, including 2 3-pointers. Tatum Conaway has just 5 points in the game, 2 of 9 from the floor. He's out there here with Miles, along with Campbell, Dowd, and Fields. Arkansas State with the basketball trailing. In the backcourt is Julian along with Terrence Ford, Darian Ford, no relation, along with Dominguez and Isaiah Nelson. This is Julian out on the arc, doing what he can against Cooper Campbell. Baseline, 3-pointer Dominguez, no. Rebound battle won by Nelson. Foul on the floor will be called. And it'll go against Troy. Scott Cross doesn't like it a bit. You got to be kidding me. They were both battling for it.
He had inside position. The guy's over his back. How is that a foul? My goodness, that's 3 on him.
Troy had him boxed out. They're going to call a foul on Jackson Fields. That'll be his 3rd. Fields was the one that fell. They're going to talk this over, and we've got timeout. 15:08 to go. Troy 50, Arkansas State 48. Here from Pensacola, now this local break on the Troy Sports Media Network.
I'm Don Duncan with All American Auto and Tire, your super dealer. The other day I was talking with a state employee who said, I wish I could use my WEX card at your location. My response was, you can. I'm sorry you didn't already know that. For over 16 years, All American Auto and Tire has been proud to honor the WEX cards for state employees. We also honor the Voyager cards for federal employees. Those cards are good at all locations in Montgomery and in Millbrook.
Tires, service, or major repairs. Don Duncan's All-American Auto and Tire.
Beasley Allen is proud to support the Troy Trojans. Beasley Allen has been helping those who need it most since 1979. This applies to the clients they serve, but also to the community. The firm is involved in a wide variety of service projects that touch the lives of individuals in several locations, including the River Region. Visit them online at BeasleyAllen.com or follow them on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of the legal services performed by other lawyers.
From takeoff to touchdown, the Montgomery Regional Airport is the official airport of Troy University Athletics. Elevate your travel experience and make the easy choice to fly nonstop from your home field. Visit flymgm.com. Controversial foul call on Jackson Fields, who had rebounding position on a Dominguez three-point miss from the baseline, but they'll call the foul on Jackson Fields. That's his third personal.
I would have loved to have heard the explanation given to the Troy coaching staff. They didn't buy it much, but you know, you got to move on. You got to play through that. The call's already been made. They're not going to change it, but still trying to figure out how that can be on the guy that had the inside position, but we'll see.
The next foul called will be the 30th foul that will have been called in this game, and we've only played a little bit less than 25 minutes in this one, so that's the tone of this one to this point. Hard to get a flow going when the whistle's blowing all the time. Arkansas State, a fresh 30, will inbound. Isaiah Nelson quickly back to Ford. Ford through the lane, feeds Darian Ford. Bounce pass to the top. Dominguez works inside. Now here's Julian at the head of the key. Working in, layup is good for Julian to tie it up. So that second chance after the controversial call, and Arkansas State takes advantage to even it up at 50. 15 minutes left. And Darius Jones in the game, the big senior from Baton Rouge, or from Monroe, Louisiana, gives it to Conaway. Conaway's been quiet. Headed off over there by Nelson. Gets it cross lane to Randarius with 13 to shoot. Randarius tries to set himself up with a jump hook. Now the drop step. Missed it, but it's rebounded offensively by Dowd, and he'll get fouled. That's Julian, Jerry, and that is 4. Well, that's great anticipation by Dowd, who knifed in and got position and will shoot free throws. Now Brian Hodson has to make a couple of decisions personnel-wise on the Arkansas State sideline.
He'll get Kenyon back in, who is a real offensive threat, but you just saw Julian make a nice play in traffic offensively, and he'll have to sit.
First free throws of the day for Thomas Dowd. First one unties it. Dowd has 4. Averages 10 a game. Julian has to come out. Pinion in. Troy 51-50. Down with a big deep breath. Second one on the way. Yes. 52-50 Troy. In forecourt, Ford goes wing left to Darian Ford. Ford has an open three. He'll take a long range one. Got it. His second triple, his first of the second half. Troy late to get out on him. He was 4 feet off the line. Arkansas State's three-pointer gives them a 53-52 advantage.
You know, sometimes you just tip your hat. That's a long three. I think Troy may have defended that about as good as they could.
They hit 12 three-pointers last night here against South Alabama. Cooper Campbell bounces to Randarius. Back to Cooper, sets a screen. Cooper to the lane right side, lost off of Terrence Ford, who got a hand on it. Out of bounds to the baseline right. 8 seconds left for Troy to shoot, and in that opportunity, Scott Cross will shuttle in Jackson Fields. Randarius Jones goes to the Troy bench.
Jackson playing with 3 fouls now. Got to be careful.
Conaway has been quiet so far. He had 32 against these guys, and A losing effort back in Troy. Sunbelt Player of the Year. Miles Rigsby has it. Takes it inside against Dominguez. Ball fake. He'll put it up. Partially blocked by Nelson. And he'll come away with it with a lead in the basketball. Nelson gets a block. Second in the league in block shots. Now Dominguez works through the lane. A little running jump hook. Got it. Who is DeAndre Dominguez, and why in the world does he have 14 points? 3-point lead, Arkansas State. They have made 5 of their last 7 shots, including 3 in a row. Wing pass left side down to Cooper Campbell. Back to the top to Conaway, who has got to get hot. Conaway drives into the lane. Lost it for a moment. Got it back down. Gets the layup on a nice feed by Conaway. Trojans kind of needed that one, Jerry.
They absolutely needed that just to break that string.
Down by 1 now, 55-54. Ford meanders through the lane, leaves it with Dominguez against Miles Rigsby. There's a steal by Dowd. A run out. Yes! Trojan crowd exhorted to get lively. Troy by 1. Dowd stole it on a pass at midcourt, dunked it home. Dominguez will work into the lane, feeds it cross to Darian Ford. A triple over Conaway. No! And Conaway will be guilty of the foul. That's his third. Trying to close out Darian Ford. Got a piece of him. Ford, who shoots 82% from the line, will go to the line, having gone 1 of 2 shooting free throws to this point. Troy by 1, 56-55, 12:31 left. Ford, the left-hander. First one rattles around and falls. He averages 7 points a game. He's got 8. The bench has been good for Arkansas State.
Thinking the same thing. 25 at the moment with 2 more free throws coming.
Ford, a heady player, hits the second. 9 for Darian Ford. Marcus Rigsby Jr. in for the Trojans. Had such a good start. He's got 8 points, but he's also got 3 fouls. And the third and final free throw counts. Ford makes them count. The 2 leading scorers, there are only 2 in double figures, are both reserves. Dominguez with 14, Ford with 10. The lead is 2 for Arkansas State. Jackson Fields thinks about a 3, doesn't take it. Now Marcus Rigsby on the dribble handoff. Back to Fields. Thought about it again against Isaiah Nelson. Handoff goes to Conaway. Right of the lane, and there's going to be a foul. Darian Ford trying to go over the screen. Got him. Or maybe it's against Nelson. Brian Hobson once again gesticulating. It'll be against Ford. And that's the 4th team foul. Troy has committed 4 as well. First foul on Darian Ford. Dowd comes out. Sang in for Troy with 7 points. Theo gets the inbounds pass quickly to Conaway. Got a little lane against Ford. Layup is too strong. Tap is off the mark. Rebound comes off of Conaway. Out of bounds to Arkansas State. Boy, Dowd was out for literally 4 seconds. Now he's back in.
Yeah, he'll come in for Fields rather than Sang,
One of the rare times we see Dowd and Sang on the hardwood at the same time. Troy will send a couple of defenders up into the backcourt. Off the inbounds pass by Pinion. It comes to Darian Ford. Now to Dominguez in forecourt. Playing for Todd. Dominguez has been good.
Troy's goes zone here now. Let's see how that holds up.
Inside of 12, Dominguez shows the basketball on the top, gives it to Ford. Arkansas State leads by 2. Ford drives inside. Layup, yes, with the left hand. It's the backups of the Trojans. Have their hands full with. 4-point lead for Arkansas State, their largest. Troy has led by 9 in the first half. 11:30 exactly left in this one. Valdez handles it against Terrence Ford. The big guy bangs in against him. Nice help defense by Dominguez. 13 to shoot for Miles Rigsby. Into the lane, jump stop. Layup, tough. Got it. 13 for Miles. 2-point game. At the top, Dominguez. Now Ford. This is Terrence Ford Jr., the point guard. Dominguez left baseline. Triple on the way. Got it. Holy smokes. Lead is 5 for Arkansas State. Dominguez off the bench has hit 3 3-pointers.
5 straight buckets for Arkansas State.
He had been just a 27% three-point shooter all year. He's 3 of 4 in this game. 5-point deficit for Troy. Marcus Rigsby tries to answer. It's a little short. Rebound battle comes off of Nelson. No, it comes off of Thomas Dowd. And we come to the media timeout. 10:33 to go. Arkansas State 63 and the Troy Trojans 58. Let's take this timeout from Pensacola on the Troy Sports Media Network.
The city of Troy welcomes you to Troy University Trojan basketball. The city of Troy is proud to support men's basketball coach Scott Cross and the Troy University Trojans. You're always welcome in the city of Troy, and go Trojans.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
March Madness is here, and it's time to hoop it up at Baumhauer's with their great slam dunk specials. Enjoy fan favorites like their fresh, never frozen, award-winning traditional buffalo wings, tasty Bam Bam shrimp, and buttermilk fried chicken tenders, all served with dunkable scratch-made buttermilk ranch. Specials start at just $7.99. Midway through the second half, or nearabouts, at the Sun Belt Conference Tournament title game, Arkansas State has built a 5-point lead here in Pensacola against Troy, 63-58. This is a very important stretch for this Troy basketball team.
Yes, Arkansas State's biggest lead. They've got the momentum. They've hit 5 of their last 5 field goal attempts. Coming out of this timeout, Troy needs a good defensive stand. It'll be Arkansas State's basketball, as that call was off of Dowd. So you don't want them to stretch it any further. About halfway through the second half, the momentum is certainly with the Red Wolves, and it's because of their bench play. My goodness, particularly DeAndre Dominguez with 3 3-pointers and 17 points off the bench. You take a look, they got 32 points off of their bench. That's more than half of their 63-point total.
Arkansas State, they led by 2 at halftime. Their lead is 5 now. They've outscored Troy 20-17. They have hit 3 of their 4 triple tries here in the second half. Troy just 1 out of 3. 10:33 left. Scott Cross will platoon Victor Valdez and Miles Rigsby at the same time. That doesn't happen a ton. Thomas Dowd and Randarius Jones, Marcus Rigsby as well on the court defensively. Arkansas State the lead in the basketball with Terrence Ford, Joseph Pinion, Isaiah Nelson, Darian Ford, and Dominguez. Darian Ford controls in the midcourt Sunbelt logo against Valdez. Threw him into the lane, shoves it down low to Nelson, lost it off of Randarius Jones. Dowd can't believe it. But it stays with the Red Wolves with 16 seconds remaining to shoot. And again, our referee, Owen Short, leaning over and telling Thomas, hey, calm it down a little bit. Thomas plays with passion. I don't want him to calm it down.
No, I don't either.
Pinion to inbounds, right of the lane line. Quickly, they're going to try and get it back to Pinion for a shot. Instead, Dominguez, or rather, Isaiah Nelson gets caught up. He has to get it back to the top to Terrence Ford. 9 to shoot for Ford. Drop to the left side, triple on the way. Darian Ford, yes. Ford and Dominguez off the bench have combined for 32. They have hit 4 of their 5 3-pointers here in the second half, and the lead is 8 for the Red Wolves. Here in the second half, a little floater in the lane, no good for Marcus Rigsby. Nelson boards for Arkansas State. Here comes Ford, stops at the arc. Pinion, they misplay it for a moment. Dominguez has to go run it down near the sidelines at midcourt. Now they'll reset the half court with Ford against Marcus Rigsby, and Rigsby with a reach, and that's his fourth. Way out at midcourt.
It's not a smart play there by Marcus. You don't want to commit that foul out there. Troy's got to find some offensive flow barrier. We don't have it right now. To that end, Fields and Conaway and Cooper will come in.
Valdez, Jones, and Marcus Rigsby out. 20 on the shot clock for Arkansas State on the sidelines. The foul is the fifth against Troy. Comes to Ford. Left-hand dribble. Angling to the foul line, extended against Cooper Campbell. There's a double screen. Ford takes it inside. Off balance layup is no good. Rebound down. Clears it away to Campbell. Left side, stops in forecourt, gives it away to Miles Rigsby. Got Pinion in the air, and he'll have the dunk try blocked by Nelson, but a whistle sounds as both Nelson and Miles go flying. I've got Nelson with now 3 fouls, Jerry, and free throws coming up for Miles Rigsby.
I like the attack mode there from Miles Rigsby. Got a little bit of a lane. He was going to dunk that all the way, and that's a foul all day. I'm not sure what the Arkansas State folks are seeing, but a chance for Rigsby now to try to cut into this lead a little bit. They're on a 6-0 run over the last minute 46 seconds, so they have been very productive.
Miles goes to the line with 13 points. 2 of 2 from the line to this point. Troy needs to get to the free throw line a little bit more. First one is too strong, no good. It stays an 8-point hole to climb out of for Troy. Rigsby waits for the basketball, holds it on his hip. One dribble, spins it in his hands, dribbles again, and shoots and hits. Conaway's been quiet, 5 points, none in the second half. Troy down 7. 9 minutes left, tons of basketball time. Isaiah Nelson attacks, lost it, jostled out of his grasp and out of bounds. Nelson had it at the elbow. Fields was playing off of him a little bit, daring him to shoot. Instead, he took it right at Jackson and mishandled the dribble. Arkansas State token pressure up court. Conaway will bring it across against Darian Ford, who's been really good. Conaway needs to get hot. Takes the dribble, right side. Hop steps into the lane, spins against Pinion. Brings it back to Miles Rigsby. Rigsby with 13. Into the lane against Dominguez. It's Fields who receives it and will get fouled on his way to the bucket. This is against Nelson. Again, Brian Hodgson is in disbelief. He spends a lot of time talking with the referees, a lot of time. Scott Cross, conversely, over on the Troy side, coaching his team. Fouls against Nelson. That's his 4th. He's committed 3.5.
I think you attack him if he stays in the game. Take it right to him. He won't stay in the game.
Fields to shoot a couple. Not the first. Jackson last night had a career high 21. He tied his career high with 5 3-pointers that he set earlier this year in Jonesboro, when he had 20 against these Red Wolves. Trying to get Troy to within 5 now. He'll shoot and he'll hit. Double figures for Fields. 8:37 to go. Crossover move on the outside by Terrence Ford Jr. against Campbell. Dominguez back to Ford very quickly. Ford back to Dominguez. Wing 3-pointer on the way. It's no good. A rebound comes off of Ford and out of bounds to Troy. That's Darian Ford, the big burly guy. Dominguez, a heat check there. He took a 3 that was pretty well defended and missed it. And Troy gets it back. Let's see if Tatum can make his presence felt.
Troy hadn't had a field goal in 3 minutes. Time to get one.
Conaway into the lane. They forget about him. Boy, he beat Pinion badly, and Conaway has an easy layup. Those are his first points since halftime. Troy down to a single possession deficit. Terrence Ford bumped on the outside by Campbell, who's right there with the shifty little redshirt sophomore. Wants a screen from Pinion, gets it, back to Pinion, turns down a three, into the lane, leaves it down low, tried to get it to Marshall, and he was not prepared for it. Trojans will have it, and the fans are cheering them on. 7:50 to go, nearing the stretch. Arkansas State 66, the Troy Trojans 63, with timeout on the floor for our local stations on the Troy Sports Media Network.
If you're in need of demolition or concrete cutting, call JB Waste Connection. Over 23 years, your trusted local source for all demolition and concrete cutting needs. When you call them, a real person will answer the phone, not a recording. Call 334-301-4414 and check their availability as well as schedule your services. JB Waste Connection takes pride in their top-notch customer service. Learn more about their services at jettisonenvironmental.com. JB Waste Connection, your local solution for quality and convenience.
Life South Community Blood Centers is facing a critical shortage of type O negative blood, along with A negative and B negative. And because O negative is the blood type anyone can use in an emergency, it makes that shortage even more serious. So if you have a negative blood type, please donate blood today. Your community is counting on you. Call toll-free 888-795-2707 for information.
Conecuh Sausage is a proud supporter of Troy basketball. Conecuh Sausage. It's how Trojan fans get their grill on. 7:50 to go. Troy has cut what was a little while ago an 8-point deficit down to 3. Arkansas State leads at 66-63 in the second half. Most of the load for the Trojans has been shouldered by Miles Rigsby. 10 points in the second half, 14 points overall. Conaway has a bucket. Fields has a bucket and a couple of free throws. Dowd has made a couple of baskets as well. Trojans need more of that. Notably, they need more, quite frankly, Jerry, from the Conference Player of the Year.
Yep, and need him to really find some fire here somewhere. But Troy's defense has been good. They've held them scoreless the last 2 minutes. They have the basketball. A one-possession game. Got to have a good set here out of this timeout and get points on the board.
Arkansas State has made 6 of their last 8 shots, but they haven't made any in the last 2 minutes and 17 seconds. The Red Wolves led by 2 at halftime. They have outscored Troy by 1 in the second half. Arkansas State's men's team trying to join the Arkansas State women's basketball team in the NCAA tournament. Arkansas State's women upset James Madison earlier today. All of the A-State fans who were there for that one are here for this one, and maybe a few more. Trojans have the basketball after the turnover. Conaway, Miles Rigsby, Campbell, Dowd, and Fields currently deployed on the floor for Troy. Working right to left is Conaway. Off the screen is Dominguez guarding. Fields will entry it down low to Miles. Miles working against Ford. Bangs inside. Layup. No. And an offensive foul called against Miles Rigsby. That's his third. Ford defending against him. Teams are even in fouls at 6 apiece. 7.5 left. Still a 3-point game. Arkansas State. Ford to the circle. Now Dominguez back to Ford outside the arc. Screen coming off the stretch of the switch. It's Jackson Fields against Terrence Ford Jr. Hesitation moved, stumbles, and a foul will be called. Jackson inadvertently tripped him. Fields, that's his 4th personal foul. Free throws coming on the 17th foul against Troy. Let's do some numbers here. Troy wanted to make it a muddy game. There's been really no semblance of any tempo or pace in this game at all. There have been 37 total fouls called and 43 foul shots taken. Hard to get into the flow you need The 44th free throw taken in the game will come as the front end of a 1+1 for Terrence Ford Jr. He will miss. Rebound comes to Sang.
A big miss.
Approaching 7 minutes to go in the title game. Troy down 3. Aiden Connerway, a senior. Dribbles to the arc. Sang back to Connerway. Back to Theo. They're going to try left wing. Campbell back to Connerway at the top against Kobe Julian with 4 fouls. Takes it to the bucket. Layup, yes, over Pinion. Connerway's got 9. 1 point deficit for Troy. Terrence Ford against Sang. Cross courts it to Dominguez. Back to Ford in the midcourt jump circle. Screen goes through down. Little layup is up and good. Dowd was coming up to help. Terrence Ford, his first points of the second half in double figures with 11. Back to a 3-point game. Now Connerway against Darian Ford. Miles Rigsby camped out on the right baseline. Connerway jab stepping. Screen from Sang. Takes it to the bucket again. Layup again. Yes, sir. And a timeout called by Scott Cross. Back to a 1-point game, and Connerway is showing signs.
Yeah, he, we talked to him post-game last night, and you could tell nobody wants it more than he does. A little slow start for him here in the second half, but he's catching fire at the right time. He's got Troy to within 1.
Timeout taken by the Trojans, and we'll keep it here. 6:10 left. Arkansas State 68. Troy 67. Connerway has now scored 2 straight buckets and has scored 6 in the second half. The senior has 11 now to go along with 14 from Miles Rigsby and 10 from Jackson Fields. The Trojans who are in double figures right now. Troy's been able to keep pace with an Arkansas State team that has only missed 2 of their last 9 shots. Troy's made 3 in a row. A couple of them from Tatum Connerway. That gets the fans juiced anyway as well.
I thought Troy might press out of this timeout, and they will. They call the timeout after Connerway's bucket, and they'll set the press coming out.
Again, you and I haven't seen this very much at all this year. The personnel on the floor has Dowd and Sang at the same time, playing without Fields or Bellamy or Randarius Jones. They're 3 rotational 5 players. Right side Ford, a little angle against Connerway. Skip pass goes to Dominguez. Back to Ford, left-handed baseline jumper, no good. Rebound goes to Dowd, and he's bumped by Pinion. Free throws coming for Thomas Dowd on the 7th team foul against the Red Wolves. Dowd with a couple of big free throws can give Troy an edge here with 5:53 to go.
Just good fundamental work there by Thomas Dowd. Had him boxed out. Pinion's only path to the basketball was through him, and the foul was called.
1+1 for Dowd. 71% from the line this year. 2 of 2 from the line today. 9.6 rebounds for the big sophomore. This one to tie on the way. Got it. What a game, huh?
Yeah.
Goodness.
It is a championship game.
In every sense connoted by the word championship. Now for a Troy lead here. Thomas Dowd. Yes.
We talked about that critical stretch, Barry, when they got it to 8. Troy has responded now. Still, obviously, tons of work to do, but you like their response.
A stop here would be good. Base wing left. This is Ford. Cut off nicely on help side by Campbell. Now to Terrence Ford. Dominguez at the top, chased by Connerway. Cross courts it to Darian Ford with 12. Now Terrence Ford wants a scream on Campbell. Goes underneath. Ford with 8. This is Darian. Back to Terrence with 6. Drives into the lane. Gives it away for Pinion for a triple. It's well short, and the rebound comes to Troy.
Good defensive stand there by the Trojans. Good rotation, good switches. They ran them off the three-point line. That was a hurried 3 from Pinion there at the end.
Connerway has the game in his hands. Drives through against Dominguez. Fires it to the top to Dowd. Mishandles it for a moment. Takes it inside. Puts up the layup and the foul. Holy smokes. Got it. And he'll go to the line. The crowd roars for Thomas Dowd. That's the replay.
Outstanding work by Dowd. And that's going to be on Isaiah Nelson. If it is, he's out of the game.
Let's see. It might be Dominguez, 45 rather than, yeah, it is against Dominguez.
It was, I'm sorry.
Dominguez will come out with 4 fouls. And they'll go with a smaller lineup. Taryn Todd has to come in. Troy by 3, Dowd. Oh, my gosh, he's been dynamic in the last minute. Big, deep breath for Thomas Dowd. The and one is airborne and good. 14 for Dowd. Troy by 4 with 5:05 to go. Julian comes out. The Troy fans down and to our left are absolutely roaring here in support of their Trojan team. Inbounds it comes Arkansas State. Trying to fend off a 14-2 Troy run over the last 4 minutes. Baseline right, Pinion a triple. That's no good. Rebound comes to Thomas Dowd. He's doing everything.
Dowd just being a warrior. That's how Coach Greg Young described him last night, as a warrior, and he's showing you that right now.
Conaway left-hand dribble to the free throw line. A little jump. Oh, got it. Oh, boy.
He's finding the rhythm, too.
Trojans by 6, 4.5 to go. Taryn Todd cut off by Miles Rigsby on the wing. Baseline Pinion entries it down low to Nelson. Misses a jump hook. Dowd gets another rebound. Gives it away to Sang. Oh, my gosh. 6-point Troy lead. And a 16-2 Troy run.
You got to keep turning the vice here.
5-second call against Conaway. He was walking across midcourt.
Oh, that's a mistake.
And he makes a mental mistake. Conaway he had plenty of time and some space, but he just crept across to the timeline and didn't make it across in 10 seconds. A Trojan turnover.
Yeah, you got to shake that off. That's a costly turnover now to stem the momentum ourselves to see if we can get another stop here. Can't let up.
74-68 Troy. 4:10 to go. Inbounds from the sidelines for Arkansas State. Crossover move by Ford against Conaway. Baseline, Darian Ford walled up by Rigsby. Now to the top to Terrence Floyd. Screen coming from Pinion. Ford doesn't do a thing with it. 8 to shoot. Now he crosses over against Campbell. Backs him in. Free throw line. Steps through. Triple on the way for Todd. No. Rebound comes to Ford, who lays it in. That's Darian Ford. Just in the right place at the right time. Troy by 4. 3:42 to go. Cooper Campbell breathing deep as the little freshman brings it across. Offensive attack court for Troy. Campbell to the bucket against Pinion. Layup, yes!
How about the little man taking it in among the trees and getting a bucket?
Back up to a 6-point Troy lead. Todd attacks inside. Walling up is Sang. The shot missed. Rebound Campbell for the Trojans with 3:16 to go. Conaway into the lane, hard against Pinion. Layup, yes! Holy smokes! Trojans by 8. 3 minutes exactly in the title game. Todd gets the screen. Free throw line. Jumper on the way. No good. Pinion had a hand on it. Comes to Nelson. Blocked away by Dowd. Loose to Conaway, and he'll get hit by Nelson. And that's all for Isaiah Nelson. Timeout on the floor. Bedlam and Trojan Nation. Troy has the basketball, 78-70. Before we break away, 10 seconds.
This is Troy head basketball coach Scott Cross, and you're listening to 107.5 FM, 1210 AM, ESPN, The Ticket.
Alongside Jerry Miller, Barry McKnight, Pensacola Base Center in Pensacola, Florida, the Sun Belt Conference Championship game. Our broadcast producer is Scott Hageman. 2:46 left, Troy 78, Arkansas State 70 on the Troy Sports Media Network.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. You've got beer and football, nothing is hard, until the other team scores. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024, Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Leadership, dedication, hard work, excellence. Words used to describe a winning team. When it comes to your health and well-being, the winning team at Troy Regional is here to provide the safest and highest quality of care. With winning teams providing emergency treatment, primary care, and special services, we want to make a difference in the lives of the people who entrust their care to us. Continuing the rich tradition of delivering quality health care, Troy Regional Medical Center, right here, close to home.
The Vance Law Firm are the official lawyers for Troy Athletics. If you've been injured in an accident, dial 333-3333 and put your trust in the official injury lawyers of Troy Athletics, the Vance Law Firm. Troy down the stretch, trailing by 6. Deep in the second half, has made their last 7 shots. Just as importantly, they forced 8 misses on the last 9 shots for Arkansas State. 2:46 to go. Troy leads in the title game 78-70. Jerry, what's important down the stretch?
Well, you've got to not lose focus. You've really got to dial in here for a little over 2.5 minutes. And I thought there was a foul called, but
they're shooting free throws. They haven't notated the foul on the live stats.
We had it on Nelson, which should be his 5th, but they're yet to put it up.
Now, they called the foul on Dominguez, which is not right. They're going to have Dominguez, it was 35 rather than 45. We've had some problems with the way they've adjudicated things, with the way they've tallied things. It'll be a 1-and-1 for Connerway on the 19th foul against Arkansas State. Troy by 8 inside of 3 minutes. Tatum is a 66% free throw shooter. His first is good. For Conaway, that's his 4th free throw of the afternoon. Yeah, they've changed it. The foul is on Nelson, and he is done officially. Well, it was crazy for a moment there.
Together, we don't miss them like that, so they catch up to us.
To get to Troy's largest lead, Conaway, yes. A 10-point advantage for Troy. 2:45 to go. Arkansas State's got to hustle it up now. Terrence Ford gets a screen from Dominguez. Back to Dominguez. Mishandles it for a moment against Conaway. Left side, Darian Ford. Ford backs it away. Now baseline goes to Kobe Julian against Sang. Walled it up. Julian forces the miss and gets the rebound. Does Theo Sang. Beautiful defensive play. 2:22 to go. Troy with a 10-point lead. Conaway handles it against Darian Ford. Crosses him over. Screen from Rigsby. Lost it down low. Rigsby got a hand on it. He gets submarine down there. Credited against either Darian Ford or Kobe Julian, but free throws coming again.
It is going to be Darian Ford, and that's a break for Arkansas State. It would have been Julian's 5th.
Miles Rigsby has the moment rest upon his shoulder here. That is the 10th team foul against Arkansas State. Miles Rigsby will shoot 2 with 2:12 to go. His first. Count it. $15 for Miles. 11-point advantage for Troy. Trojans down the stretch have been fantastic. Second one is airborne. Yes, sir. Miles has 16. Conaway has 16. Dowd has 14. They've all been terrific late. Pinion finds Julian, drives inside, layup counted for Kobe Julian, a very heady player. He's got 8. 10-point game. Trojans with a lead inside of 2 minutes. Cooper Campbell in the backcourt. And a whistle and a timeout called. Yeah, they had set the shot clock at 20 seconds. Now, obviously, after a made bucket, it should have been 30. So Chuck Jones noticed that. I say he noticed that. He was being vociferously guided to that by the fingers of the Troy coaching staff. They'll put it at 26. And Troy will have it at the sidelines. 1:55 left. 82-72 Troy. Arkansas State is over the double bonus. They've committed 10 fouls. They're going to take a look on the review and see exactly how much time is left And that'll get the Trojan fans off to our left, down behind the Troy bench. A chance to exercise their lungs a little bit.
Yeah, here, I don't know why you don't just reset it to what it was and start over, but they're going to look to see. Troy will take that. Right now, every second that comes off that clock is in Troy's favor.
This is just to adjudicate the time. Right now, it's at 1:55 in the game. And they've adjusted the shot clock to 26. They had started it with 20 seconds after the made bucket, and that's not the way it should be. Chuck Jones has made a decision here. And let's see what they do, Jerry, if anything. They'll put it at 28. So they'll add 2 seconds for Troy. Like you said, every second counts.
Right now, Troy's looking. And I think, the first thing is get it in safely, get it across the timeline, then run your set, use the full amount of your clock if needed. Make sure you finish with a good shot.
Secure the basketball. Arkansas State will likely foul on first or second touch. On the floor, Sang and Campbell. Miles Rigsby down, and the inbounder taking Conaway.
They'll deny early, and then they'll try to stop them short of the timeline and then foul.
6'8" DeAndre Dominguez guards the inbounder Conaway. Popping free is Dowd. Here they come. In the trap. Gets it ahead safely to Conaway. Conaway across in the forecourt against Pinion. He'll take it inside. Layup. Oh, yes!
Forget everything I just said. They're going to push it all the way to the rim.
Absolutely. Jerry, that works as well. 1:39 to go. Troy by 12. Triple on the way forward. Way short. Rebound loose. Comes away to Julian. He'll miss the shot, but he'll go to the free throw line with 1:32. But they've had a couple of buckets here during this pronounced Troy stretch where they've gotten points just simply being in the right place at the right time. Julian was not in rebounding position, but the shot was missed so badly it carried wildly over to him. The foul against Troy is the 4th against Miles Rigsby. Julian, redshirt senior from Baton Rouge, 4 years at Louisiana, knocks down the first free throw. He averages 12 points a game. He's got 9 in the title game with 1:32 to go. Now here he's going to try to get the lead down to 10. And he does. He's got 10 points himself. 1:32 to go. Troy 84-74. Trojans have outscored Arkansas State by 12 in the second half. Inbounds it comes to Rigsby, and he'll get fouled. Tumbling over Teakettle on the foul by Terrence Ford. They've got to take chances. You've got to be aware for that because Arkansas State's got nothing to lose. They'll rake at the basketball and try to see if they can get something done without a whistle, but they're going to be physical, and you've got to be strong with the basketball.
Troy did a good job getting it into their best free throw shooter now. It's going to come down to an opportunity for Troy to probably seal this at the free throw line.
Miles Rigsby, 5 of 6 from the line. It's the first. Rigsby, 7th in the Sun Belt Conference in free throw shooting, and he has been money in the bank down the shank of the season at the end of the year. 11-point Troy lead, 1:30 left. Rigsby, deep breath on his hip. One dribble, spins it, another dribble, bends his knees, shoots, and makes it. Troy by 12. Pinion, baseline left, Ford hoists a 3, no good. Rebound tap, no good. Dowd gets the Trojan rebound. Outlets it to Campbell, and they've got to start fouling. They're trying to chase it. Here's Rigsby in the forecourt. He's got numbers, but they'll back it up, Jerry.
Smart play there. Back it out. Clock's what you need to burn here.
1 minute to go. Sang turns down a 3 with 15. They're still not fouling. Stolen away by Pinion on a pass by Campbell. Pinion will lay it in.
That's what you couldn't do.
It's a 10-point game. Inside of a minute, Miles Rigsby in the lane will back it away, and it rests in the hands of Cooper Campbell, and they've got to foul now. Dominguez does the honor. 10-point lead inside of a minute. Jerry, over to our left, there are thousands of Troy fans who can sense a title.
Work to do. Let's make these free throws, but they put themselves in a position to win the ball game.
Arkansas State fans Checking to make sure they've got their keys. Where's your cell phone? Honey, grab my jacket.
They start to help them find it.
Free throw good for Cooper Campbell. Coop has 5 points, Jerry, but the young freshman has grown up a lot in this tournament, particularly defensively. Remember his stretch last night.
He's had to play extended minutes today again because of foul trouble.
Got them both. Troy down the stretch hitting free throws. Those two makes. Troy is 27 of 33 from the line, or 26 for 32. 12-point lead in the lane. Ford lost it out of bounds off of Sang with 44 seconds to go.
Barry, to emphasize your point, 16 of 17 in the second half.
They have not given Arkansas State a glimmer of hope. Out will come Sang. Listen to the round of applause for Theo.
He deserves a big round. That senior's played his heart out.
Arkansas State will inbound, 23 to shoot. Pinion catch and shoot three. Wow. Got it. Holy smokes, it was in his hand for about a quarter second. Troy by 9, 42 seconds left. Conaway has it across midcourt, and Pinion chases him down and fouls. 38 seconds to go. Troy last went to the NCAA back in 2017. Scott Cross's club is 38 seconds away from going for the third time in Troy's Division I history. Conaway to shoot two for Troy. You bet. First is good. He's got 19. 14 have come in the second half. Jackson Fields leaves. Big hug for Scott Cross. Conaway, give him 20 in this one. Now 21. Trojan fans waving the power T flags. Troy by 11, 37 seconds to go. 37 seconds, the confetti is prepared to be fired. Julian misses a three. Rebound by Dominguez. Stick back, count it for Dominguez, who's played well off the bench. Troy by 9. Inbounds to Miles Rigsby, and they'll foul him in the backcourt there. Scott Cross knew this team had championship potential. Worked this team. It began with boot camp, Jerry. And this team, with all of those players coming back from last year, only losing Spud Eugene and Amir Mohammed, has grown together during this year, and they're 24 seconds away from a title.
All that work, all those hard hours, this is where it pays off. Troy down 8 in this in the second half, Barry, with about 10 minutes to go or so, and they didn't panic. They have fought back, and they have a chance to put this one away. 25 seconds away from us celebrating a little bit.
A little bit? There will be no small celebrations in Troy tonight. Dominguez committed the foul. He has fouled out. That's why a little break here. You have a minute to sub in for him. Dominguez played well off the bench. But his season, indeed his career, is going to come to a close unless they go to a postseason. Miles Rigsby at the line to shoot two. First, got it. Their backs were against the proverbial wall in the second half, Jerry. We delineated the things that they had to do. They've done all of that and more. Now lead by 10. Miles Rigsby got another. He's got 20. The lead for Troy is 11. 23 seconds to go. Ford walks it up. Pinion covered up on a three-point try. Julian in the lane, kicks it away to Ford. A three on the way. Darian Ford rattles out. No. Rebound cleared. Long by Theo. Sang into forecourt. Sang will get fouled as he heads to the bucket by Terrence Ford. And let the celebrations begin.
Well, you can get it ready now. Get it ready, because we're about to have ourselves a little party.
Look at Greg Young, the associate head coach. At 61 years of age, he is roaring for the crowd to give it up for the Trojans. Sang at the line. Troy up 11. Now make it 12. Theo's got 8. What a memory for the senior from Davis, California. What a memory for this Troy team. What a memory for the Trojan Nation. Sang sends his second aloft and hits. It's all over but the shouting, and there will be a lot of shouting. Three-pointer on the way, no good. And this one belongs to the Trojans. Screamers everywhere at the Pensacola Bay Center. Count the Troy Trojans out at your peril. You can count them as Sun Belt Conference champions. We're heading to the big dance, Jerry.
Let the dancing begin. Let the party start. The Trojans have done it. Barry, I said we came down here not to call one win, not to call two, but to call three, and we've done it. This Troy team, all the way to the pinnacle, will be dancing with the rest of the 64 team come March Madness. Wow, what an effort here by this Troy team.
They're bringing out the risers. The confetti has fallen. Streamers everywhere, and the Troy Trojans are about to lift a trophy. Our Power T postgame show comes up in just a moment. A indelible memory for Troy University, Troy Athletics, and Troy men's basketball. What a win. The Trojans take it and are Sun Belt Conference champions. Your final score from Pensacola, Troy 94 and Arkansas State 81. Do not go anywhere. We'll continue in a moment on the Troy Sports Media Network.
First responders sound the alarm about the dangers of driver error on Alabama's highways.
Throughout my career, I've seen many crashes, and a lot of the fatalities are from people who haven't worn their seatbelt. I've arrived on scene many times where cars have rolled over multiple times, people have not been seatbelted, just about every bone in their body is broken, their organs have ruptured, and typically they die.
You want to save a life, just simply click a button and put the seatbelt on.
Seatbelts really do save lives.
Drive safe, Alabama. A message from the Alabama Department of Transportation.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
We all dream, but dreams quickly become distant memories unless we do something about it. Do everything in our power to learn, to lead, to make it real. At Troy University, we teach everyone to be leaders in their field. We're dedicated to teaching a new generation to lead change. Do you have what it takes to change the world? Visit troy.edu.
Hey, Trojan fans, this is Miles Rigsby, 2024 Sun Belt Conference Freshman of the Year and member of your Troy Trojans men's basketball team. Make sure you and your family are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccines. Don't wait. Get vaccinated today to help stop the spread and keep our community safe. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
Our coverage of Troy Trojans basketball continues after this timeout from our local stations on the Troy Sports Media Network.
This is Mike Costanza with Chappie's Deli.
And Jeff Baranka with Chappie's Deli.
Let's talk about Chappie's Deli casseroles.
We need to, because we hear all the time, you have casseroles?
Yes, poppy seed chicken, chicken parmesan, wild rice and mushroom.
And don't forget the spaghetti casserole.
Order your Chappie's casseroles to go at your favorite Chappie's Deli today. Chappie's Deli, Baptist South Tower, Perry Hill, Pepper Tree, Prattville, and Auburn.
Here in the South, our favorite season is the fifth and most important one, football season. Whether you find yourself basking in the glow of the Friday night lights or tailgating with hundreds of thousands of your closest friends on college Saturdays, let Big Enterprises get you there in style. With over 100 top-quality pre-owned vehicles, you're sure to find the perfect game day ride. Come see us in Prattville or shop online 24/7 at PIGGENT.com. We can even deliver it right to your driveway. Win big with Pig, the #1 pre-owned dealer in the state of Alabama. Score your next vehicle at Pig Enterprises and get a squeal of a deal.
From a Pensacola Bay Center court that is festooned with cardinal and white, we welcome you to the Power T postgame show presented by the Alabama Department of Public Health. Make sure you and your family are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccines. Don't wait. Get vaccinated today to help stop the spread and keep our community safe. More information at alabamapublichealth.gov/IM.